The door is open.
Woohoo!
We're going inside.
Whoa!
Welcome home.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to our official house tour. We are finally here. We just got the keys and are starting to move stuff in today. So I'm going to give you guys a little tour of the space. Full disclosure, this is going to be like an as empty as possible house tour because we again have already started moving some stuff in. So you will see boxes, you will see some things in different spots. I also just put Vivian down for a nap in her room. So like her crib is in there and I won't show you guys that space until she wakes up. But I'm gonna just walk you through all the different rooms, the layout, some of the dreams and plans for this house over the years that we are here because we have lots of them. But without further ado, let's finally walk on in. So first thing when you walk in, there's like this little coat closet here with like a sliding glass door. I don't really know what we'll do with this space long term, but for now it's just really functional, nice to have. And this is the front hallway. So we have a nice little skylight, which is going to be lovely to just let additional light in here. And then I think against this wall, I'm going to do like a little entry kind of side console table, and then obviously replace those sconces. If you see a light fixture in here, it's probably gonna go. I'm gonna redo basically all of those. And then for the paint color, this will all be white. So everything that you see will essentially be white in here. And we're gonna do a warmer white and like another kind of variation of that for the cabinets in the kitchen, but we'll get to that. This is the living room. And one of the reasons I fell in love with this house, absolutely loved the arch window in the front, the tall kind of vaulted ceilings. I can't wait to get just like a beautiful chandelier up there. And I just think when this space is all just white, it's gonna look so incredible. For this fireplace, we also have big dreams and plans. So eventually we're going to replace this kind of electric piece and get something that looks a little bit more natural. But when we paint white in here, we're going to paint the bricks on this as well. And I'm going to make this kind of like a wood beam. So I don't know if we're gonna fully pull that out or just build around it, but imagine a white fireplace brick with a wood beam. And then I think I'm gonna load this up with like some logs or something in there just to make it look more cozy and homey. But I am obsessed with this living room, you guys. I feel like at Christmas time by the fire and like the tree in the corner, it's just gonna be the most magical space. So I am just so excited about this room. It's also really lovely because all of the like views that we have from outside of the house are all trees, and it just makes it feel like everything is so much more private. And then you have a nice little view of the backyard from here as well. So since I'm right here, I'll loop around this way. This is going to be our kids' playroom, which I'm really excited about as well. This was kind of like a den for the previous owners. They had a kind of like a library and they had their TV here. Actually, they didn't even have one in this space, but because we have a baby girl and we have another one on the way, I would love to be able from the living room as well as from the kitchen to just have like full sight lines into this space to see what's going on in here and know that they're safe. And then they have a nice little window outside to the deck as well. So I'm gonna maybe at some point put gates here, but I think ultimately like once we gate off the staircase, this will just be their playroom. So we'll have the books set up, the Montessori toy shelf, the Pikler triangle, the kitchen, all of the things that we've accumulated will live in this room. So that'll be nice, it'll all have a home. This will obviously be gone. This is the TV mount that they had to leave when they left, but that will be gone and this will all be painted white and will be the playroom. This is obviously a little sneak peek of the backyard from the playroom, but we will get to that in just a moment. And then I'll bring you guys right onto the kitchen. So this is the kitchen. We have lots of dreams and plans for this space as well. I'm thinking it's probably gonna be like 2 or 3 years before this is in its final state. So you're probably gonna get used to seeing it like this for a little bit, and then you'll get used to seeing it look like our makeshift solution, and then you'll see the final kitchen renovation down the line. It's just like we can't put all of our money in all the places right as soon as we get in. But for the cabinets, I think I'm going to paint them like a shade of white that's one shade darker than whatever we choose to do for the actual walls. And then for the countertops, we're looking at doing the poured concrete option. So that oftentimes comes out looking really dark gray, but I've seen like a bleached version of it that just looks a little softer. And I think that that would look better with the backsplash that the previous owners chose, at least in the meantime. So that will be kind of the makeshift solution. We'll just get the paint gun like spray to do that. And then I'm still debating whether or not I'm gonna change these to like a black hardware or a gold hardware. Not super consequential, but eventually we'll figure that out. And then all these appliances will need to be changed eventually as well, because those will be moved down to the basement when we do the big basement renovation, which I will walk you guys through as well. But a couple of questions for you guys. If any of you know like a good way to deal with this, there's just like detailing and it's inside the glass. So it's not something I can actually just like easily take off. So I don't know if I'm gonna need to like do a full glass refinish on all of these, but that's kind of what we've got for now. Love the fact that there's a range hood already. And then this is the kitchen sink. So kitchen sink is actually really nice. And it's nice too because it overlooks some of the yard, which is absolutely lovely and something that I have honestly prayed for. I told Jared a couple of years ago that I dreamt of having a kitchen sink that overlooked the backyard where I could watch my kids play. And God was faithful to deliver on that, so I'm really, really excited about this kitchen sink. In terms of like dining area, so this again could be used as a dining area, but because I want to leave it the playroom for now, I think I'm going to do that in here. So we'll obviously change out that light fixture and then do something here. I'm also debating on whether or not I do a built-in here. I just feel like that would be a really nice kind of nook to have some cushions on. You could store stuff underneath it. Obviously that's going to be kind of tricky with the vent right there, but this is a really nice spot for a dining table. And then we'll also have some kind of like in kitchen seating here as well. So this will get upgraded with the rest of the kitchen with the concrete and the paint, and then I'll put some bar stools here just for some additional seating. Coming down this way, this banister, obviously first order of business before Vivian wakes up is getting a gate there, because that's freaking terrifying for your child to fall down. But Jared and I want to replace this at some point to like a black kind of like iron, just almost like just this, but without these things on it and like all across. We think that would look really, really slick. But again, that's something that we'll get to down the line, just part of the dreaming process. And this laundry room is honestly, I'm obsessed with it. Like I'm coming from, you guys, like a dungeon laundry room in our last house. It was just a corner in our basement that was not finished. Like it was just insulation. They were really old machines and it was functional. It worked exactly for what I needed it to. But to be able to come into something like this is just a dream for me. Like there's a sink here. I got counter space. My laundry baskets can go there. So much storage. I am very, very excited to do laundry in here. And if you ever hear me complain about it, correct me, because this is a gift. So coming down this hallway, I'm gonna get a little bit quieter just because Viv is sleeping down there, but this is our third bedroom. So I don't know if I mentioned it, but this is a 3-bedroom bungalow. We're gonna add a few more bedrooms, but again, I'll get to that a little bit later. This is the 3rd bedroom on the top floor. We debated on having this be a nursery or having it be a guest room. And for now, because we want baby boy to be in our room for the first 6 months of his life at least, we're hoping that we can transition Vivian's room to a big girl room and actually put them both in that room at the same time. So pretty sure this will be a guest room and office just because that's more practical for us. And then this is like the main bath on the top level. So this one is a gut job. We're gonna have to do quite a bit of work in here. The actual tub, toilet, and like sink combo are older. There's like a beige-ish type porcelain. You can just tell there's been a lot of years on it. So that's something on our list once the basement renovations are done to get to. And then this is Jared and I's room. They had a king bed in here and there was still so much space, and our bed is only a queen. So I need to figure out how I'm gonna like actually use this space well. But there's a nice little sliding closet here, which has lighting like coming down in it, which is so lovely. Ignore all of our clothes on the floor. And then over here, just a really nice view of the backyard as well. And then the best part of this room is the fact that there is an ensuite bathroom, which I just feel like is so grown up. Like I just feel like I should not have this. But this is the little ensuite bathroom that you guys will probably see me filming in lots over the next few years. It's lovely because there's a window in here as well, which just like having lighting in the bathroom is such a treat. And then this shower had just been redone before they moved in. So they told us that they had never actually showered in it before, which is also exciting because we will be the first to break it in. But this is the shower. All right, so coming back this way, I will take you guys down to the basement and explain some of our plans for that. All right, so when you first walk down into the basement, this is kind of what you see. Off to the side here, this is all gonna be closed in. I'm pretty sure either as a bedroom or a storage space for Jared and I. We haven't fully decided yet, but we're working with an engineer on the layout of everything for this space. Basically, it's going to be a 3-bedroom apartment down here. So we're going to rent that out in the short term, but in the long term, as our family grows, we'll actually use that space and grow into it. So you would come down the staircase and there would be a bedroom there, and this will actually be a bedroom as well. So it's gonna have to be figured out down the line, like how the entry into that space works, but there will be a bedroom here. And then on the other side of it, like out in this way, this whole thing is coming down, and this is going to be like the living room and kitchen space. So this back corner, this is kind of where we're envisioning the living room will be. And then this will be the entry, so you can come through the garage to get into that space. And then back here is where we're actually going to build in the kitchen and like the dining area. We're gonna have like a little island up there as well. And then over here is where the rest of the stuff will go. So I believe this is where we've mapped out the bathroom will be. You guys just gotta trust the process. It's hard when you're down here to envision it all. And then back here will be the really big bedroom. So this will be like the master bedroom of the space. Over here is like a cellar, like storage, cold room thing. So we're gonna just have to leave that as is, but all of the other like appliances and things that you need to like have a functional working basement apartment will be kind of like built in to this zone. So you guys will get to see the process of this like bare bones space turn into a basement apartment, which I think is gonna be really, really fun. Again, living room over here, kitchen over here, and then bedrooms kind of along that back wall. And then a couple of years down the line, we're hoping that we'll be able to grow into this space with our family as well. So when you walk out this door, you come onto the back deck. Ignore the clothesline and the towel, that will be gone eventually. But over here is our pool, which we're so excited about. It's a saltwater pool. There is a heater, which is really exciting. We do need to put some sort of like gate around here because obviously we have a toddler and are about to have another baby. So we don't want this to be like a dangerous spot, but we're not quite sure what we're gonna do yet. If you have any tips on that, let us know. For now, we've just purchased life jackets and we'll be very closely monitoring what goes on back here. Just lots to be careful of when it comes to the pool, but the deck is quite large. We're really excited about it because we're gonna have room for like actual lounge furniture, but also like a seating area. So we're looking at all the options for that and trying to figure out what we want. And then when you come down here, this was a cute little sign left by the previous owners. This is where the real magic happens and the reason why we were so excited about this yard. I'll give you guys a little walkthrough. So back here we have the rest of the ½ acre of property, and this is like so magical. All the gardens back here. I have so much to learn and figure out when it comes to like managing gardens because there's a lot here obviously, but there is a large like gravel path that kind of winds around the whole property right now in the backyard, and it was actually originally put down by the owners because they mentioned that their grandkids were legally blind and they wanted them to have a space to like learn to ride their bikes and to learn to drive like a motorized car back here, which is the sweetest thing ever. We don't know what will happen with it long term, but for now we are going to leave it, especially because we have kids that are going to be learning to ride bikes soon. So back here is like a little storage area, I think, for like dirt and stuff. We have a little fire pit over here, this little swing set that they left for us. Can't wait to just have like morning coffee and read my Bible out here. It's gonna be so dreamy. And then this whole section over here, this is all raspberry bushes. And there are so many raspberries. This thing goes on forever. So I'm going to be making lots of crumble, lots of raspberry jam. This is all raspberry bush. And then back on the path over here, this takes you to the other end of the yard. So back in this like little back corner, Jared and I have been toying with the idea of eventually doing a tiny home. This is kind of like dead space right now. They did have storage units back here. So we were thinking, like, wouldn't it be amazing to be able to put a tiny home that we can put people into if there's like people in our community that need a space to stay for a little bit, or even just Jared's family because they live out of town. So it'd be nice to have a spot for them to go to. But this is the area that we're thinking of potentially for that. And then you would enter in through to the tiny home from that little back area over there. So this is kind of like a view of the whole back of the house and the yard from the far end. You can kind of see like the little trail over there. And then that little side entry door is where people will enter into the basement apartment. I think Jared negotiated for this to stay. It's just like a storage unit that he wanted for like the riding lawnmower. And then over here we have the vegetable garden. So I have lots of plans and dreams for this as well. Obviously she's not thriving right now, but I want to do raised garden beds, and I think I'm gonna pull this whole structure down and maybe just do something that's like a little more aesthetic than having like this big green structure here. But I really want to grow a lot of our own food out here. So lots of vegetables, lots of fruits. I eventually want to do pumpkins because I feel like that would be so fun to have like our own little pumpkin patch. But that's kind of the working garden space. And then just more lovely green space over here. So then you walk back along the trail, past these little gardens, and you are back at the deck. Do you like your breakfast? You didn't really want your milk, you just wanted food. Hello you guys, it is the next day. I just got these blue light glasses for working on my computer because I needed to like up in order to get free shipping, and these were $5 from Simon's. So I don't know if I like them. I feel like they're a little bit big for my face, so we're gonna take those off for now. I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update on how moving is going. So as you can see, this is not so much of an empty house anymore. Last night we stayed up till like 1 a.m. moving a bunch of stuff into the house and getting lots of things set up. Honestly, I am quite sore. This is challenging to do at 27 weeks pregnant. I think like almost 28 weeks pregnant. But it feels so good to have a lot of things away. There's still a lot to do, but I feel like the nesting process is very much underway. And I'm just really excited because Jared this afternoon is going to go and pick up our paint colors. So we're going to start painting it white, I think tonight and over this weekend. So you won't see the walls looking like this for much longer. I don't know when we're going to do the kitchen cabinets, but we'll get to that eventually. I haven't shown you guys Vivian's room yet because she's always been asleep every single time I've tried to do it. All of her furniture is in there, so it certainly won't be empty, but we needed to get that room done first because the day that we moved in, she was so tired and we needed her down for a nap. So everything that we had for that room is pretty well already unpacked. Things aren't really like sorted or put away yet, but she needed a functioning bedroom. So I'll show you guys what that looks like. It still needs to be painted, light fixtures still need to be changed, but it's honestly gonna look a lot like her bedroom did at our old house, just because that was like the most recent room that I finished and I still love the way that that looked. So you will see that. We are going to be kind of balancing furniture with like some of the stuff that we had in the last house, but also new stuff here. Just by the fact that like the rooms are bigger here, we do need to get quite a few new things. Like we need to get a new couch for the living room. We need more chairs for the dining room table. We need lots of rugs, obviously every single light fixture. But it's going to be a work in progress. Jared and I keep reminding each other every single time one of us gets like worked up and overwhelmed about how much needs to happen, that we can also just choose to enjoy everything as it is right now, because it's not like we're gonna be like fully happy and fully at peace once things are purchased or things are painted or whatever, because there's always something that you can be doing when you have a house. And so we're just going to enjoy it and kind of take things as they come. Last night, Jared and I took some time to just pray over the house. Every single time we move, that's something that we do on night one. So we actually go around each of the entryways and just pray over them and invite the Holy Spirit into the place, and it was really, really cool. I do feel so much of like the Holy Spirit in this process of this move, and so I was like in tears as we were praying over the house. It was such a beautiful thing, but we do want to do like a family prayer over everything, just to kind of mark it all and have that moment. So I'm hoping we'll be able to do that tonight. Another thing that I did today was unbox all of my Fable dinnerware finally, which was so exciting. They sent that a couple of weeks ago as kind of like a housewarming gift, and even though this is not sponsored, I just wanted to show you guys how beautiful the pieces are. So I'm going to insert a very relaxing unboxing moment for you guys. Knock, knock, knock. Hello. So this is the current state of Vivian's room. As I mentioned, all the furniture that was in her room at the last house is now in here, and it's just going to be finishing a final few things off. So we're still going to paint in here. That mirror in the corner over there is going to go above the change table in this section. And I'm not quite sure yet what I want to do with the decor here in terms of like where that shelf is going to go and where the frame and everything will be, but I wanted to keep some of her books lower in this room because she's reaching for them a lot these days. This is another good size room, which is nice because, as I mentioned, I do want both of our kids to be in here at some point. Having them both share this space at 20 months and 6 months old might be a little bit optimistic, but we'll see how that goes. And then over here is what the closet setup looks like. So I might actually move this bar up because there's a whole lot of space in between the two gaps for kids' clothes. And then I actually just put the shelf that I had DIY'd for her nursery in the last house on its side so I could still use it for extra storage. I'm trying to figure out how we store baby boys' clothes and kind of like the change table situation of what that will look like, with both of them still very much needing diaper changes, but lots of time to figure that out. Do you love your room? What's your favorite part? Are you showing off your new bear growling sound? Yeah. What does a bear say? Yeah, that's a good girl. You're so cute. Are you giving a kiss? So, to be honest with you guys, the footage that you saw from us like the day after we moved has now been like 5 or 6 days ago because there has just been so much going on since then. I think I had mentioned we went out and got paint that night, so we actually started painting the house and we're doing like every single room. So we've had people in and out just helping us with that. Obviously unpacking things, cleaning things. I have spent hours in that backyard trying to wrap my head around what's dead, what's alive, how to water things, literally how to garden in general. Hi! And just like, it has taken so much more time than I think I budgeted or estimated for myself, so I'm trying to give myself grace and not feel like a terrible YouTuber for not like filming everything over this last little bit, but thank you guys for giving me grace as well and just giving us time to adjust into this house. There's obviously a lot to wrap our heads around, but we are really excited. We're so happy to be here. Everything is going really well. And for everyone that has asked about Vivian and how she's been doing since the moving vlog, she is doing really well too. She is healthy again. We are all healthy. And thank you guys for praying and checking in on that too. I am going to wrap this vlog up here, but I wanted to let you guys know that there is going to be a lot of pregnancy related content coming your way in the next couple of weeks. There are so many things that I've wanted to film, and now I'm like almost 29 weeks pregnant, so I feel like things like what we're buying for this baby, what I'm doing differently in the pregnancy, like baby boy names, baby boy haul, all of that stuff like is coming in the next couple weeks. So it's probably gonna feel very like pregnancy and like baby heavy over the next couple weeks, but I'll try and mix in some other just regular vlog content in there as well. but I honestly am really excited to just like film in this house and just get more comfortable with our regular day-to-day rhythms in here. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, I would love if you could give it a thumbs up before you head out today. But I would also love for you to subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this video or just motherhood and lifestyle content in general. Would love to have you here. But until my next video, I love you guys, I'm praying for you guys, and I will see you soon.